Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you've ever looked in the bathroom mirror first thing in the morning and just felt totally frustrated by that tired, puffy reflection staring back at you, trust me, you are in the right place. Today, we're unlocking an absolute game changer for your daily routine. It's a highly effective natural health secret that costs literally less than $2 to make right in your own kitchen. So let's dive into this incredibly common frustration. Let's be real, you do everything right. You hit the hay early, you actually manage to get your full 8 hours of sleep, and bam, you wake up, look in the mirror, and see these heavy shadows or puffy bags under your eyes. It is honestly one of the most maddening experiences, right? Because it instantly makes us look exhausted, stressed, or frankly, much older than we actually feel. It's like your face is just completely ignoring the fact that you just rested. And naturally, panic sets in, right? We run out and drop some serious cash on those tiny, expensive jars of under-eye creams that promise absolute miracles overnight. But let's be honest with ourselves. All too often, the only thing those chemical-packed creams actually do is leave your wallet a whole lot lighter, while your under-eyes look exactly the same. So in this explainer, we're going to contrast those empty promises with a science-backed, completely natural remedy, one that skips the confusing chemical jargon and the crazy high costs and delivers highly effective results for just a couple of bucks. All right, to understand why this remedy is so magical, we first need to look at the science of under-eye skin and dig into exactly why these bags and circles actually form in the first place. Because, before we can fix the problem, we kind of have to understand the anatomy of our face. First up, a quick anatomy check. Did you know the skin sitting directly under your eyes is actually the thinnest skin on your entire body? Seriously, it is about 4 times thinner than the skin on your cheeks. And because it is so incredibly delicate and paper thin, it basically acts as a window showing absolutely everything going on underneath the surface. And that thin skin leads us right to our first major issue, fluid retention, which we all commonly call the bags. Think of the tissue under your eye like a tiny, extremely stretchable sponge. When you sleep totally flat, or if you had a bunch of salty foods the night before, fluid naturally pools right under that eye tissue. Because the skin is so delicate, that pooled fluid causes it to swell outwards like a tiny water balloon. And yep, that is exactly what creates that heavy morning puffiness we all absolutely hate. And that brings us to issue number 2, sluggish circulation, aka the dreaded dark circles. Right beneath that paper-thin skin sits a really dense network of tiny blood vessels or capillaries. Think of these like little pipes. When your blood circulation slows down, which, by the way, can happen from stress, staring at screens all day, or just poor sleep, the blood in those pipes loses oxygen and turns a dark bluish-purple color. Because your skin is literally like translucent tissue paper, you see that dark, sluggish blood shining right through. So it's not actually a surface stain, you are literally looking at clogged pipes beneath the skin. Okay, so how do we fix this? We need to shrink those water balloons and unclog those pipes. Let's get into the reveal. Cold green tea and cucumber therapy. These 2 simple ingredients are basically a match made in heaven when it comes to tackling both of our under-eye problems. First up, we have green tea, which is our tightener. It is totally packed with caffeine, tannins, and EGCG antioxidants. Next, we've got cucumber, the soother. Cucumbers are naturally 95% water, so they deliver massive, deep hydration, along with vitamin K and silica. Put them together, and you've got a total natural powerhouse. Let's break down exactly what that green tea is doing for a second. The caffeine and tannins act as what scientists call a vasoconstrictor, which is simply a substance that gently shrinks swollen blood vessels. Actually, think of it more like tightening up those leaky pipes we talked about. When those tiny under-eye pipes shrink, the puffiness drops instantly, and that dark pooled discoloration just begins to fade away. Meanwhile, the ECGC antioxidants are swooping in like little superheroes to repair environmental damage and brighten up that dull pigmentation. But here is the absolute game changer, the secret sauce, if you will, the cold trigger. See, while the cucumber is using its 95% water content to plump fine lines, its vitamin K to clear pooled blood, and its silica to boost collagen to thicken that thin skin, honestly, none of it works as well without the chill. When you apply these 2 ingredients ice cold, the extreme temperature difference triggers instant lymphatic drainage. Your body naturally reacts to the cold by flushing the area, quite literally pushing that trapped fluid right out of your face. No way around it, the cold is absolutely crucial. Okay, so now that we know the fascinating science behind why this works, let's get hands-on. Here is your step-by-step action plan and your super easy 5-minute home recipe. Here is exactly what you'll need. It is remarkably simple and incredibly cheap. You'll just need 1 organic green tea bag, half of a fresh cucumber, half a cup of distilled water, a handful of organic round cotton pads, and a clean glass container with a tight-fitting lid to store the whole shebang in. Like I said, you probably have half of this in your kitchen right now. All right, here's the game plan. Step 1. Brew your tea base by steeping the tea bag in hot water for 5 minutes. But, and this is critical, you must let it cool completely to room temperature. Step 2. Grate that half cucumber and squeeze all the pulp through strainer so that amazing nutrient-rich juice drops right into your cooled tea, then just give it a quick stir. Step 3. Take about 10 to 14 of those round cotton pads, cut them straight in half so they form little half moons, and submerge them in your liquid. Finally, step 4. Pop that container into the fridge for at least 30 to 45 minutes until they are ice cold. And the best part, one batch will easily last you up to 5 days in the fridge. When you're ready to actually use them, it couldn't be easier. You can do this first thing in the morning when you wake up feeling puffy or right before bed. Simply take out 2 of those chilled half-moon pads, which by the way perfectly contour to the shape of your under eye, and place them right on the skin. Your only job now? Just lie back, relax, and let the cold, the caffeine, and the cucumber do all the heavy lifting for about 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, and if you really want to supercharge this routine, you've got to try this pro tip. While the pads are on, or even right after you take them off, take your fingers and gently press down on the inner corners of your eyes, right near the bridge of your nose. Then, smoothly glide your fingers outward toward your temples. By doing this little manual sweeping motion, you are physically encouraging all that stubborn trapped fluid to drain away from the eye area and flush out through your lymphatic system. It feels amazing too. Now, remedies are fantastic for sure, but we want permanent solutions, right? That brings us to 3 daily lifestyle habits to stop these issues from coming back in the first place. Remember those water balloons and clogged pipes? To stop them from forming overnight, you really need to adopt these 3 habits. First, slightly elevate your head while sleeping with an extra pillow. Gravity is your best friend here. It physically prevents the fluid from pooling in your face. Second, watch your evening salt intake. Having high sodium meals right before bed forces your body to hold on to excess fluid, which virtually guarantees you'll wake up puffy. And third, stay well hydrated. Drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. It sounds backwards, but when your body is dehydrated, it totally panics and hoards whatever water it has left, which causes facial puffiness. Keep the water flowing to keep the fluid moving. So, here's my challenge to you today. Based on everything we've just unpacked, give this remedy a try for just 7 days. I promise you will notice your eye area looking significantly brighter, smoother, and way more awake. It literally takes 5 minutes to prep, costs almost nothing, and utilizes the powerful, proven science of vasoconstriction and natural hydration. Honestly, you have nothing to lose except those heavy shadows. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a quick question to mull over, and I'd love for you to reflect on your own daily experience. Between the sluggish, clogged pipes of dark circles or the swollen water balloon fluid retention of morning under-eye bags, which one is worse for you? Identifying your primary struggle is the very first step to conquering it with this amazing natural protocol. Thank you so much for joining me to geek out on this fascinating science today. And hey, I highly encourage you to go to your kitchen and mix up a batch of this remedy right now.